Okay, so today we'll talk about different types of operators in Python. Okay, so when you say operators, of course, it means what all things you can do with the data. So
Mhm.
the first type of operator is called arithmetic operators. Okay, your mathematical operators. So you have plus, you have minus, you have into, you have division, then you have integer division.
Mhm.
Then you have power. This is your power. And then you have percentage, which is called as modulus. Okay. It's not really percentage, it's modulus. And it helps us to get the remainder. So let's say if I have num1 equal to 13. Okay. So you have a equal to 13 and number 2 b equal to, let's say, 10, right? Now if I say a plus b, what will I get?
23.
23. If I say a minus b,
Okay.
3. Yes. If I say a into b,
130.
130. Right? So a
Mhm.
into b is 13 into 10, 130. And now if I say a divided by b,
0.3.
no. Is it 0.3 or 1.3?
Yeah, 1.3. Sorry.
Yeah. So it is 1.3, yes. So you get values as 1.3. Now, if I do a, okay, integer division, okay, it gives you integer part, okay. So what do you get? Only integer, okay. So you get 1. Even if
Oh.
even if we had like 1.999, it would
Mhm.
have given us only 1. Okay? It ignores the decimal part.
Mhm.
Okay, it ignores the decimal part. Okay, so you get only, so output of line number 8 is float. Okay, so even if I had said 20 by 10, even if I had said 20 by 10, it would have given us 2.0 as the answer.
Mhm.
So here output is always float. Okay, so we would have got 2.0, even if, even if it was like say 20 by 10. So single slash will always give you float value as output. Okay,
Mhm.
and double integer, double slash will always give you integer part. Okay, so
Mhm.
let's run it. Okay, it will be running different file. Okay, let me call this one. So you see 23, 3, 130, 1.3 and 1.
Mhm.
Okay, you get 1 here. Okay, so this is your integer division. Then we have power. A star star B. It means, see, one is of course multiplication, right? And when we say A star star B, it means A to the power B. So 13 to the
Okay.
power 10. So you should get like 13 into 13 into 13 into 13, right? That's what you.
Mhm.
So when you get it, so it will be a very big number, of course.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so next is modulo. Okay.
Yep.
Now see, modulo gives you the remainder part. Okay. This is called mod or modulo. Gives you the remainder. Okay. So if I say 13 or A modulo D, what do you expect to get?
Percentage.
Right. So no, remainder. So when you divide 13 by 10, what is the remainder?
Oh, I don't know. 1.00 something. Wait. I'm forgetting basic maths. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
1.3.
1.3 is the division, right?
Mm.
Not your, not your remainder.
Oh, the remainder. Yes.
Yes. No? You want to try?
Yes, I'm trying it.
Yeah.
Zero?
Okay. So let me show you. So let me go to paint here. So you have 13 and you're dividing it by 10, right?
Yeah.
So 10 into 1 is 10.
Yeah.
What you get is
3.
3, correct?
Yeah.
So can you divide it any further? No.
Point.
So 3 is the remainder.
Okay, we're not going it further. Okay.
No, yeah. Okay, this itself is your remainder.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes.
this is how we calculate remainder. Okay. So let's go back to our program.
Mhm.
Okay. So A mod B, you see, is 3.
Okay.
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 Okay. So these are called arithmetic operators, the
Yeah.
mathematics operators that you perform. And obviously, as the name suggests, this you can perform on numbers, right? So whether it is integer, I took an example of integer, right? But it can
Mhm.
be 13.0, like float also, right? So you can
Mhm.
apply on float. Some of these things you can apply on complex as well. Okay. So
Mhm.
try to play with complex and float numbers. Okay. And see the
Okay.
difference. Okay. Then we have something called as relational operator or comparison operator. We call them relational. operator or conditional operators. So we are checking the condition. Conditional. Or we are checking the relationship between two sides. Okay. So so when you talk about numbers, right? Your number can increase or decrease, right? You can have a lower number or higher number. So if you want to check which number is lower, which number is higher, okay, we can use relational operator. So here you have operator like less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, okay, equal to, not equal to. So if you want to check if value is less than or not, so we use less than sign. You want to check if value is more than or not. So for example, let me create A, B, C as 10, 10, 30. Okay. So I have 10, 10, 30. Now, okay, let me print here relational so that we know that above this is arithmetic, below this is relational. Okay. Now, I say print A less than B. Okay, so relational is all like asking question.
Okay.
Is it? Now, when I say A less than B, is like, is A less than B? What do you think? Is A less than B?
No.
No, right? So false. And output is always a bool value, either true or false.
Okay.
Okay. So is A less than B? Answer is
No.
no. So false. So when you run it, you get false here. Right? Okay. Now, similarly, I can check print B greater than C, print A less than equal to B, print B greater than equal to C. Okay. Then I'll check print A equal to B, print A not equal to B. Okay. Now you tell me this you said false. Okay, good. Now, what do you think about this one? Line number 90. B greater than C.
False.
False?
Yeah.
So B is 10 and 13. So obviously B is not greater than equal to, B is not greater than C. So it is false, yes. How about this?
True.
Yes. I'm saying less than or equal to, right? So it
Yeah.
is not less than, but it is equal to. Correct. About this?
Nope. False.
Now, see here. When you're assigning a value, we use equal to. Equal to
Yep.
is like assigning. When I say A equal to 50, A becomes 50. But when I ask double equal to, it is asking a question. Is it equal to? Okay. So new programmers get confusion between equal to and double equal to. Simple funda. Single equal to, assign. A equal to 5, A becomes 5. Whatever was the value of A doesn't matter, but now A is 5.
Okay.
Now, when I say A equal to 5, is like asking a question. Is A equal to 5? Is the value of A 5? Okay. So is A equal to B? Isn't it? Is equal to, right? It's a question mark. So is A equal to B?
Is A equal to B? Yes.
Right? Is A not equal to B?
No. False.
False. Yes. So these are your relational operators. So false, false, True, false, true, false. Yes, we got all right, isn't it? So
Yeah.
this is how relational operators work.
Okay.
Now let's say call them as conditional. No, sorry, logical. So this tests your logic. Okay. So in logic, you have and, or, not. Okay. And let's see the meaning of each of these. So if I tell you, okay, now let's take an example here. I'm making a prediction. Okay, I'm making a prediction 1, saying that Rohit and Ishan will open the batting. Okay, now actually what happened? Rohit and okay, Gill opened the batting. Now tell me, is my prediction correct, true, or false? So this logical operator will also, okay, here input and output both are bool. Okay. So output, now tell me, my prediction is true or false? Did I get correct prediction or false?
I don't. False.
False. Why?
Because only one name matched, right?
Okay. Now let me ask you prediction 2.
Okay.
This is prediction 1. Now I made prediction 2. Rohit or Ishan will open the batting, I said. Now, is it correct or false?
It's correct.
Exactly. Okay. So this is false and this is true. Okay. So what happens when you talk about and, everything has to be true to be true. Okay. When using and, every condition has to be true to be true. When using or, even one condition is true, okay, it will be true. Result will be true. Okay. So remember this. So when you have and, okay, both has to be true to be true. So if you say and, sorry, true and true, true. True and false, false. False and true, false. False and false, false. True and true will only be true. Everything else is false. You have 4 conditions possible, right? Only 4 things possible, right? Like this is true and this is true. So if this and this both are true, it is true. If this is true, this is false, false. If this is false, this is true, also false. This is false and this is false, also false, right? Now here in OR, if this is true, this is false, also true. If this is false, this is true, also true. This is true, this is true, also true. Only if both are false, it will be false.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how your and or work. Not takes only one input. Not true is false. Not false equal to true. So if you say not, okay, Rohit will score century. Okay. So if you say not and Rohit doesn't score century, you are right. If Rohit scores century, then it is false. Okay. So not will just change the value. If it is true, it becomes false. If it is false, it becomes true. Okay. So when you are using and or, okay, think like this. in your mind, okay, you
Mhm.
think and as multiplication and or as addition. You think and as multiplication and or as addition. You think that way.
Yeah.
Okay. You're thinking that way, that and is multiplication
Multiplication,
or is okay.
addition.
Now, yes. So now what I'll do, I will take the same example here. Okay. And let me modify it. So here I'll say and all small. Okay. This has to be all small.
Okay.
Here I'll say or. Again here I'll say and here I'll say or here I'll say and. Okay. Now
Mhm.
take your time, evaluate and tell me whether this will print true or false. So
Okay.
see, this is condition and condition or condition. Right? So condition will give me true or false and will give me true or false. So this will give me true or false only. Either true or false. Now evaluate and tell me whether it will be true or false.
Um, It's like false or true and false.
Totally it has to be one value, isn't it?
Mm,
So it has to be just one.
okay, only one condition is true, result will be true.
Yeah.
Um, I think it'll print out false. No, wait. I think it'll print out true. I don't know.
Okay. So let's see this.
Mhm.
A less than B, false.
False.
B greater than C,
True. No, false.
false, right? A less than B,
A
true.
less
A
than.
less than equal to, right?
Yeah.
So true. B greater than equal to
Huh? B greater than or equal to C, false.
A equal to B, true. A not equal to B, false, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Now I told you think of and as multiplication or as addition. So when you have and or, which should be done first?
And
And, exactly. So let's solve all the and first.
okay.
F and F,
Hmm?
F and F, false and false,
False.
false. T and F,
False.
yes. T and F,
False.
right. Now false or false?
False.
False or false?
False.
This entire thing should be false.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this is how your conditional um, values work.
Okay.
Okay. Then there are other things like membership operator. Okay. That is to check if a value is there in a particular thing or not. So for example, okay, you have like if I say print, okay, 5 in, okay, and or let's do this, okay, H in hello. Okay, so here you have hello on the right side, and here you have H. So is H in hello?
Yes.
No, this is capital H, okay, and this is
Oh.
small h.
Okay, it makes
Okay.
a difference.
One
Yeah.
second. Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll do this when we talk about string and list and things like that. This is called membership operator. We'll do later. Okay. Now I think we have reached to a point where we can do some programs. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll write down some programs questions which as I come across, and also I will uh, see book questions anyway you have it. I'm going
Yeah.
to share on the web a book 2, which is a C book, okay, C programming book. Okay. But ignore the code. Just try to use same problem and try to solve it. Okay. So
Okay.
let me open that and show. Let me see if I already have it open. Yeah, I think I already have it open. So this is a PDF which I'm going to upload it, and it is already uploaded. I'll share the link with you. Okay. So here, if I, so chapter 1 is flowchart, so you can ignore chapter 1 or try to convert that into program. So for example, if you see on page, so this is your flowchart, okay? Flowchart to add two numbers. Flowchart to add two numbers. Okay? Okay, so yeah, so this reminds me of one thing, okay? Let's go back to program and let's do this concept here. So far we have seen functions like print and type, right? Now I'll talk about input. Input function is used to read values from the user. See, so far what we have been saying, we are saying a equal to 10, a equal to, okay, a equal to 10, b equal to 10, c equal to 13. We are giving it like a fixed value. We are giving fixed value, right? But let's say if you don't want to give fixed value, you want to try a new value every time. Okay. So it's like, of course, variable means it has to be variable in the sense, right? You should be able to change the value. Right? So now if I say here, okay, a equal to 10, that every time I run the program, it will take 10 only, isn't it? But I want it to take value from the user. That's when you'll use input. So I'm going to say, okay, num1 equal to input. Now input will then wait for you to take value. Okay. And let's say I want to print num1. Okay. So see, when your program ends, you get exit code 0 here, down here. That means program has finished. If you get something other than 0, it means that okay, if you get something other than 0, that means your program has not run successful. There was some error or something. Okay. Okay. So now let's say here, okay. So I have num1 equal to input. Okay. And then I'm printing num1. Now let's run this. So see, okay, it is still running. Why it is still running? Because you don't get exit code. Okay. Exit code means program has stopped. Okay. No exit code means it's still running. Okay. Now when it is running, okay, here, So why it is still running? Because it is waiting for us to give input, give a value to this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I give 55, now, so num1 is becoming 55 and now it is printing num1 55.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's say, okay, now now when you have when you have multiple values, okay. Now see, we have written the program, so we know that we need to enter a number here or whatever, right? But
Mm-hmm.
when I write the program and you are running it, you will not know what to enter there, isn't it? Should I enter my name? Should I enter my date of travel? Should I enter the destination airport? Should I put the source airport? You don't know, right? So
Mm-hmm.
input can accept one string value, one text value, one string value, a maximum. So input can work without string or at max, okay, it will take one value, one string value. So enter a number to display or whatever, right? You can give a message. So this is called prompt or this is called message, okay? So whatever you give, it will be displayed as it is. Okay, so it will, simply display. Okay, one minute.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'll say number to display and I'll say print. And now if you want to see the type, so I'll say, and I'll put this in the code, and the data type is, okay, and I say type of num1.
Oh,
Okay, so type we'll have type. Now if I enter 55, what do you think the data type will be?
integer.
Okay, now you see it is string. Okay, now you see when we're assigning a equal to,
Mm-hmm.
then we know it is 10.
Okay. Yeah.
But when you are as a user you are inputting, then how will Python know what is your intention?
True.
Right? So Python doesn't know, okay, what you want to you want to add here. So by default, what Python does is Python say, okay, when you are giving input, by default we will add or we will take string value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so by default you get the string value whatever you enter. See,
Mm-hmm.
because everything can be converted into string. Okay, so if you give number also, we can convert into number. If you give boolean also, can be converted to boolean, right? You give complex float, can be converted into string, but vice versa is not true. So what Python says is, okay, since since Python says, since I don't know what you're going to insert, I'm going to treat everything as string. I'm
Oh.
going to treat everything as string. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a programmer, if you do not want string, you convert it into whatever format you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I want to use this as a number, I will have to convert this into number. So because Python cannot predict what you want to do, so it will convert everything into string. And based on your usage, if you want number, you can convert this into number. Okay. So
Okay.
here, okay, what we'll do is I'm going to, let's say I have to add two numbers, right? So I'm going to say enter a number to add. Okay, let's do the first example itself. That will make it clear. So when I move back to the PDF here, you see flowchart to add two numbers. So how do we add two numbers? You read first number, you read second number, then you say s equal to first number plus second number, and then you print s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so read number one, number two, perform s equal to n plus 2, and then you print s, right? This is the flowchart. So now I'll go back to Python. So what did we say? Print n1. So input a number to add. Okay. And this I will convert into integer. How do I convert into integer? We have a function called int.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, okay, this is num1. So remember whatever text that you use to display a value, right? So if you want to display an integer, you say int. Float, you say float. Okay, you say um, complex, you say complex. So you have functions with the same name.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to convert something into integer, I have to use integer function, int function.
Yeah.
Float, I have to say float function. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
convert something into a string, you can say str of. If you want to convert something into complex, you will say complex of. Something to boolean, you will say bool of. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a function with the same name using which we can convert one data type to another data type. Can convert one data type to another data type. So by default, when you say num1, okay, so num1 is string. Now I'm converting num1 into integer.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if you see the data type, it will be int because we convert it into integer. Similarly, I'm going to read second number, num2 equal to input of enter second number. Now, instead of, converting into integer in the next line, here
Mm-hmm.
itself I'll say int of.
Okay.
Okay. So you can have two functions. Okay. So here you see, I'm using input as one function and int as another function. So when you have multiple functions, you can have multiple functions, right? You can have 3, 4, 5 functions. But
Okay. Yeah.
in execution, the innermost function is executed first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when I execute, first the innermost function will be called, then the next outer, and then the next outer, and the outermost function will be called at the last.
Okay.
So here we have two functions, input and int. So first input will be called, and then your int will be called.
Yeah.
Okay? And now I'll say s equal to num1 plus num2, and you can display s as sum of two numbers. Okay, and then you say simply s, right? Now when
Okay.
you run it, it says enter a number to add. I say 45. Now you see 45 is integer, isn't it? Because we converted into integers.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have enter second number. I say 25, so you get 70. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we
Yeah.
have two types of conversion. We say implicit conversion and explicit conversion. Implicit is which is converting automatically by itself, even without we saying it. So if I say 5 plus 6.5, okay, if I enter first number as float and second number as integer, output will be float only.
Yeah.
Okay, because otherwise you are losing information, isn't it? You don't want to
Yeah.
lose information. So float plus integer will be float. So now is this, you look at this S. Did I say what type of value, type of data should S have? No, we haven't mentioned. So when
Yeah.
you don't mention, it is taking its type, based on the input values N1 and N2, right? Based on the input type N1 and N2. So based on input type N1 and N2, okay, based on input type N1 and N2, S is taking integer in this case because both num1 and num2 are integer. If we put something as float, S will become float. So this is called implicit conversion. Conversion of S is happening automatically, implicit by itself.
Okay.
Conversion. Okay, and what we are doing here is called explicit conversion.
Okay.
Explicit conversion. That means we are forcing it to convert into integer type. Just a term to remember. Okay, so this is how you add two numbers. So 5 plus 6, 11. So this is your first program to add two numbers. Now, if I go back to this So next one is it's called condition. Okay. So far, okay, we have not done condition. We have done condition statement A greater than B, but we haven't done how to handle the output. Okay. So hold on. Probably we'll do it in the next session when we meet. For now, let's focus on straight programs. Okay. There is no looping or there is no condition. Okay. It's line by line execution. So here you see, this is algorithm to calculate Fahrenheit temperature from degrees Celsius.
Mhm.
So degrees Celsius is given, read C and convert this into Fahrenheit. This is programmed to convert inches to
Mhm.
centimeter. Okay. So what it does, okay, let's do this one
Yeah.
first. Okay, we'll do this one, and this one I will leave it for you as assignment. Okay. So convert
Okay.
okay, inches to centimeter. Here you see it says Celsius to Fahrenheit. So you read the value C. You're reading the value C.
Mhm.
And this is the formula F equal to N into C by 5 plus 32. Okay. And then you print F. So let's see how we will do it. We'll go back to our program here. And here I'm going to say a program to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. I hope the spelling is correct.
Mhm.
Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay. So it says read C. So I'm going to say C equal to int of, or you can say float of, because Celsius can be point values, right? Float
Mhm.
of input, enter the degree Celsius value. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you are reading the degree Celsius. Every time you run it, it'll ask you for degree different value, isn't it?
Mhm.
C equal to input. Now your Fahrenheit F equal to, okay, formula says it is 9 into C by 5.
Mhm.
9 into C divided by 5, and then you add 32 to it.
Mhm.
So you're adding 32. So now you say equivalent temperature in Fahrenheit equal to, okay, F. Okay,
Okay.
we'll put this completely here.
Yeah.
So now when you run it, of course, this program will run first. So I say 1, comma 1, done. Now degree Celsius. Now degree Celsius, let's say it is 27.5.
Mhm.
So the equivalent of Fahrenheit is 81.5.
Okay.
Okay. So this
Yeah.
is how you can convert degree Celsius into Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Okay. So the next program is for your assignment.
Okay.
So assignment, I'm going to give, okay, I'm going to call it here as assignment. Try to do it today itself. Okay.
Mhm.
Write a program. WAP is write a program. Okay.
Mhm.
To convert given centimeter, convert centimeter to inches. Okay. Centimeter to inches. Then write a program to calculate area and circumference of a circle.
Mhm.
So I'm going to show you how to perform area and perimeter. Okay. So here I'm going to say program to find area and perimeter of a rectangle. Okay. So I'm going to say length, len equal to, or L equal to int of input. So the length of the rectangle.
Mhm.
Okay. Now you can have breadth. So you can say enter breadth of the rectangle.
Mm-hmm.
So area is given by length into breadth, right? And perimeter P is given by 2 times length plus breadth. You have to refer the notes, okay, for formula.
Yeah.
That's note, okay. Now I'm going to print it. F rectangle with length L and breadth B
Mm-hmm.
will have area as A and perimeter as B, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so first it is addition. So 4 plus 4, 8. Then degrees Celsius, let's say 35 degrees is going to be 95. Length of rectangle, 45. And breadth, let's say 10.
Mm-hmm.
So see, area is going to be 450 square
Mm-hmm.
unit and perimeter is 45 plus 10, 55 into 2, 110. So this is how you need to perform the programs. Okay, I've given you 3 programs. I want you to practice the 3 programs and try to solve few more. Okay, so let's
Mm-hmm.
go back to this and see if I can give you more. Okay, don't use where you have rhombus. Okay, these are, we'll do it later.
Okay.
Do where it's a straight line problems. Okay,
Definitely.
when you see something like this, yes. So see, it says this is what we just did. This
Mm.
is calculating average of 3 numbers. So I'll go and I'll add this as well as program 3. Write a program to calculate average of 3 given values. Okay. Then do we have anything here? Okay. So yeah, ignore all these rhombus and loop. These are all condition and loops. We'll do it later.
Oh,
So there are some programs here. Okay, you can try to do these programs.
yeah.
So okay, you can actually even read this. What is floating point, etc. This is from C. Okay, this is C language. Okay,
Okay.
so see, this is programmed to find sum of 3 numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sum of 3 numbers. This is we're going to find area of a rectangle, which we have already done.
Mm.
This is okay. Now what I can do is I can okay. It says input maximum and minimum temperature of a day and find the average. This we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to do all these 3 programs. So I'm going back to, and I'll show you later. Okay, let me first put them here and I'll show you. Program 4, program 5, and program 6. Okay. Now, I also wanted to evaluate this.
Okay.
Okay. One should be enough.
Mm.
Okay. Then this one. There's a slight error in this, but we'll see this. Okay. Okay. Write a program to calculate to write a program to input A, B, C and calculate Z as A into B minus C. Okay, simple one. Next one, which could be little complex, is write a program to, okay, first you have to you have to understand the process first. So that's why we draw flowchart first. Flowchart tells you how you understand something, okay, and then you have to put it down on paper. So write a program to input a 2-digit number, okay, and then interchange the values, okay, its values at ones and tens place. Okay, so what I mean by that is, example, if I enter 65, then it should translate to 56. If I enter 83, it should translate to 38. Okay. Okay, this is enough. Okay, and then if you do this much, okay, you have cleared your level 1 of Python. And next we will move to condition, how to use conditions.
Okay.
So try to solve these problems, and if you don't get it, we will take up those programs only in the next session. So I want you to try all, and what you don't get only we will take up in the next session.
Definitely.
Okay, sounds good?
Yes.
Perfect then.